Hey everybody, Sherry Ferguson here with the Portland Chamber of Commerce. Here we're on the Portland Connection, and we're here again with TCAT of Portland. TCAT is the Tennessee College of Applied Technology, and we're very fortunate to have the facility here in Portland and to be able to train for the industries that we have here and get people educated to be able to do hands-on jobs and careers. So we have with us today Jeff Cockrell and BJ Barnes. And Jeff, you want to talk a little bit first about your role and what we have going on there at the college?
Oh, certainly, yeah. We're glad to have the campus here in Portland. We're a satellite campus of TCAT Nashville, and so we've been here about 5 years. Glad to be in the Portland area because there's a lot of opportunities here, and this is just a convenient place for students. We have 8 programs currently here at the Portland campus, anywhere from office technology, cosmetology, CIT, welding. Advanced manufacturing, machine tool. This fall, we're hoping to begin an HVAC program. And so we're doing everything we can to better serve our community here.
Well, again, it is awesome to have this here locally. It's amazing how you can go and you can be trained for a hands-on career and not have to be there for 4 years and come out making some decent money to make a career and to move forward. So with us also, we have BJ Barnes. BJ, how are you doing?
I'm great, Jerry. I'm doing really good. Good to see you there.
Well, and you are the instructor for advanced manufacturing.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
tell us a little bit about that, because I know here in Portland, we have a lot of industry and a lot of opportunities for people to do things. But when you use a term like advanced manufacturing, nobody really knows what you're going to be doing when you're taking those classes. So tell us a little bit about what you learn as you go through that process.
Okay. In advanced manufacturing, it's kind of a scary title a little bit anyway. So I always try to add in there, it's industrial maintenance, pretty much in a nutshell. And with 27 years experience, you've been in and out of the industries and stuff. So it's been great being able to step into this kind of setting and reaching out to all the companies locally. We've got to tour places like Shoals and places and just building good relationships, friendships, networking, and we've been a big help to the industries too. Currently I have three students co-oping right now. My other students, they're coming up the way. They're still a little new in the course, so trying to get them acclimated, to get them ready for job placement. But industrial maintenance, it seems a little overwhelming sometimes when people hear about it and they're like, "Oh, that's high tech." We start out. I believe myself. I was one. Break out the crayons and build me. Just let's start out with just the basics and let's just build from there, and let's build some great people, great maintenance people that'd be ready for the industry. And so that's my concept in the whole curriculum and in this whole course is just, if you got an interest, if you're a mechanical mindset, you like figuring things out, you love tinkering with things, building things and troubleshooting things like that. You're perfect. You're a perfect fit for advanced manufacturing. You got that industrial maintenance mindset, and that was what I had back in my early days, and I still do. I love tinkering with things, love figuring things out, and that kind of thing, troubleshooting things, and especially some of the accomplishments you get. And of course, with the years of playing with robots, I've learned to have some classes, and I did that when I worked for Unipress as an instructor. We built 2 classes of basic robots fundamentals, just taking a couple guys a week and teaching them about robotics. What's the basics, and building them up. Then we went into.
So as part of this, so if I went and I was going to do a certificate and get my education in advanced manufacturing, what is the job that I'm going to have when or what are the potential jobs that you could have when you leave there? I mean, we are in a great location. We have almost 50 industries here, some small, some large, and they build things. They are a distribution. There's such a wide variety. We're very blessed here to have that and to have so many job opportunities. So when somebody what type of placement of jobs are you looking for once you come into this your program?
A multi-craft. Let's just call it a multi-craft technician. Multi-craft, it makes you well-rounded. A multi-craft. That's the concept in that. And you know, I did a plant start. I started from the ground floor up. I had part in that. I've been with big companies like Magna, you know, and robot groups with that. You know, and I've been involved in a lot of variety of maintenance work, hydraulics, pneumatics, uh, VFDs, freak drives, motor control, PLC, robotics, automation. You do anything automated is a great. If you're wanting to get into automation, you know that's a good fit. For maybe even a little bit of facilities maintenance. So, you know, we do some process control and we do some piping, different types of piping, thread piping, you know, copper pipe. We teach a little bit on that. We don't get in real depth, but we do some electrical fabrication and kind of teach them about, you know, wiring and relays, relay logic, building wires, wiring systems and some of that stuff, you know. So what we try to do is we try to touch off on a lot of areas so you'll have a basic foundation of anything. So when you step off into a company and they're looking for a particular person, yeah, they won't be no expert. You know, you won't have an expert coming out of there, but it's somebody that they can take and they can build because they have the basic fundamentals of what they need. And that's the concept of building a good maintenance person in any area, you know.
And you know, you talk about touring the facilities. We do a Leadership Portland program to where we get to go into some of the facilities. And as the chamber CEO, you know, I've had the opportunity to be invited to be able to tour, and it is amazing to walk through some of these places and to watch how they make things. And one of the not here in Portland, but one of the most exciting places that I was able to tour was Nissan. Have you ever toured the Nissan plant?
Yes. Yeah, actually.
That is incredible because that is not one part. That is building a car and watch all of the systems that come together and the robots and the way that they pull all of those parts together and that they can build different cars one right after the other. They don't build one line anymore. You know, used to they would probably build an Altima and that's the only car they built that day. Now they just pop them all in there in between and everything else. So it's crazy to watch whatever it's doing. But I've always liked that show, how it's made. So I would sit and watch, and some things I'm going, I can't believe that's automated. And then a lot of things I'm going, I can't believe they still have to do that by hand. So it is the robotic welding. So would they be able to work on those machines, or are they actually learning to do the robotic welding? I'm assuming that's a different class, but they would actually be working on the machines as a maintenance.
My goal here as an instructor, we just have a little small LR mate robot. He's just a little robot handler is all he is. He's in an enclosure. It's a basic, and of course the program is still the same, but you know, I had the privilege of going down, me and a buddy of mine, actually, we were working during the Christmas shutdown doing backups and stuff. And Unipress had some lines in Nissan. So we get down there and we're rolling around there and our eyes like, oh my goodness, look at this. Wow. You know,
it is.
So it's so cool just to kind of stumble around there, you know, just see everything and how it was. But yeah, Nissan's an amazing thing. But with that, I'm hoping as the school progresses and moves along that we can get, I would love to have, you know, some spot welding. I would love to be able to teach that because I'm capable of teaching that. Been around it for so many years, and I know it, how it works and everything. So, and I believe that is key, because you got places like Magna, you got places like Nissan, had guys, leave Unipress, went to BMW. I mean, places. I think that plays a big part, knowing that, having that skill set. And now, right now, as we are, we may not be able to touch into that, but my hope is, and my goal is, that we can get to that point. I would love to actually see that happen. So,
How long is your program?
it's 5 trimesters, runs about 20 months, 20 months long. Yeah.
And after, is it like some of the others, after each one, you might get a certificate, so you already have some knowledge that you can put to work and use to even possibly go ahead and start finding a job with those skills?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, Jeff, you chime in. Go ahead.
Yeah. With the 20-month program, if you go all the way through, you're coming out with a robotics technician's diploma. But there are other exit points as well, in that program. So we have a couple of certificates in that, proactive maintenance, mechanical maintenance. That's 2 certificates. And then the diplomas for that program are process technician, manufacturing technician, and then robotics technician. So the robotics technician, that encompasses the full 20-month program.
Well, as they go through this program, a lot of times, I've always said that school is not necessarily to find out what you want to be when you grow up. Sometimes it's to find out what you don't want to be when you grow up. So a lot of times you go through different programs and you find the things that you like and the things that you don't like. So this also, with that 20-month program, it gives them a whole spectrum to look at, to see what part of manufacturing that they like. And as with most jobs, you don't like everything that's in that job, but you'll find the things that really appeal to you and that come easy. This hands-on, we went for a long time and we used to say, oh, everybody needs to go to college and get a 4-year degree. And, we can't have all doctors. We can't have all lawyers. We have to have people that are actually making things and doing things and putting things together. So I think they have found that the importance of being able to do what you like to do. Why go to college for 4 years when I really like to work with my hands and put things together and make things?
That's so good. So good.
So, Jeff, a lot of times too, what type of programs do you have for funding? So school is expensive, but there are lots of programs that people can go for free. So you want to talk a little bit about those?
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, I think Tennessee is the greatest state there is, because we have so much support. When it comes to education, Governor Haslam, really pushed to help with that, and Governor Lee is also working to get more funding for education. But we have the Tennessee Promise. So if you're a high school graduate, you can come in. Tennessee Promise basically covers all tuition. It's a last dollar scholarship, so it's going to cover what Pell Grant and other funding sources do not cover. And then we have the Tennessee Reconnect. So basically, that's defined as if you're an adult, independent adult, generally 24 or older. Tennessee Reconnect will cover also tuition, and that's a last dollar scholarship as well. And even if you're a dual enrollment student, we do have several dual enrollment students here in Portland on our campus. Some are here with Sumner County Middle College, and then we have other dual enrollment students that come from outside of Portland. And we have the TCAT grant, that can pay for tuition if you're a dual enrollment student. So therefore, you're getting double credit. So you get high school credit, and then you're getting college credit as well.
Well, I know a lot of times too, people look at dual enrollment and they're thinking, from my kids when they were in high school, the dual enrollment was really getting their English and their things to go to a 4-year or 2-year college. Mm-hmm. They really was not a dual enrollment option to go to a College of Applied Technology and to actually take skills and be able to finish with certificates. So that's what this is allowing students to do at a young age coming out of high school.
Yeah, definitely. And so, so if you're looking at that, that agreement is made actually with the school system. And And so you would need to be a part of that particular school system. If you want more information on that, we can provide that. And we're glad to help with that process.
So, BJ, how many students are actually enrolled in your program now?
I currently have 13 students. We have a capacity of about 20, so we're up to 13 right now. I mean, so hopefully, I'd love to fill all those seats, but we just keep on rolling with it here.
So as the next trimester comes along, you just bring people in and start them where you're going. So everybody's kind of working on the same thing at the same time. You just may not complete it at the same time. Is that correct?
It's an open enrollment, they call it, right? And so that's where I guess you can have a little diversity, a little freedom there. Some people may be in the fourth trimester, some people may be in the first trimester, and so that it gets a little hectic, I guess, trying to juggle those, but it's very beneficial because the freedom is there, right? So it's a good thing. It's a really good thing.
Well, I do know that a lot of times people, you went to a job and there were pension plans and you stayed there forever because you didn't want to lose the pension plans. And now it seems that people like to move around. They're in a job 3 to 5 years typically, even if they're not in this, they may stay with the same company. They just change jobs. They like something different. So sometimes it's, people are just looking for something new. I want to do something different. And this is a great opportunity to go back and to get some certificates, do some training, and change your career path, and possibly even make a little bit more money than what you've been making.
Absolutely. I really got blessed in a lady. She was taking the machine and tool program, and she just trying to get some skill going, and noticed the advanced manufacturing. She said, like, hey, that's where I need to be. That's where I want to be, and so that's the beautiful thing with TCAT. I mean, you come in, you may start out in, welding or whatever, and you may realize, well, wait a minute, I wouldn't mind trying, they'll finish out their trimester, they'll end it, and they'll transition over into, another, trying to find their place, So it's really neat to see students do that.
Well, and I've had the opportunity to tour the facility several times as well there, and to see people actually working and doing things that are, when you go to college or you go to those first 2 years are brutal. You're not really doing anything with the degree or what you're looking at doing. It's the things that everybody else is doing. So when you come in, you are straight out of the gate able to work with the things that you're wanting to learn about. So I think it's amazing to watch the different programs that you guys have, and you have the nursing and you have the administrative assistant. So it's not necessarily all what they would say, something that is back to manufacturing. Those are two that don't really coincide with that, but they're great opportunities to be able to come in and to change your career path.
Yeah. I think the one good thing about TCAT is what we say we're doing is we're preparing you for a career, and everything that we do here is pushing you to that goal. We're not pushing you toward a degree, even though that's what you're getting in the end process. We're pushing you to a degree, and I mean that's not only to a degree but also to a career. That's really our goal here in mind. Even the way we structure everything, every program, every student takes worker characteristics, so that teaches you to arrive at work on time, to be a person of integrity, respect, honest, and when we're talking with these business and industry leaders, they keep telling us, that's really the foundation. Those soft skills are what's really important, in today's world, because if you can't show up to work, you can't have a job. And that's really what we're all about is aiming you toward that goal of having a career when you leave.
Well, I also think that if you're getting into something that you enjoy, that always helps you be able to show up on time and do those things. You know, if you love what you do, you know, that whole saying is you'll never work a day in your life, which in reality it is work, but when you're enjoying doing it, it makes a difference. So you guys are doing a great job out there getting information into people's hands and helping them to choose their path. Because a lot of times nobody knows what they want to be when they grow up. I'm still trying to figure it out. So maybe one day I'll figure that one out. But if I go through enough of those how it's made, I may end up coming out there and saying, hey, I want to learn to make a baseball glove or something like that. I don't know. But it is, you know, people do want a change. They want to do something. And when you can see something that you've made in the end, sometimes that really is a great feeling to be able to have.
Absolutely. I told those students, I try to tell them as much. I said, guys, don't go for just the money. The money's nice. Don't get me wrong, but let that passion, let the passion drive you. I said, you'll enjoy it, because if you go for the money, you'll get burned out easy sometimes, you know. But if you follow your passion, what you really enjoy doing, it's not so much work. It's something you enjoy going, and then you make good money on top of that, you know.
That's right.
I always try to push that more than anything.
Yes. So when is your open enrollment for your classes? When can they start sign up for these?
If you can help out on.
Well, I mean, I think the good thing is that since BJ has space right now, you know, you can apply. Go to tcatnashville.edu. You can apply right now. Start in the summer. Our next trimester begins in May, and so you can start right now. You know, so that's a good thing about BJ's program. We do have some open spots right now where, you know, in many of our programs, you know, they're full. We have a, you know, pretty good waiting list. But I would encourage you, if you're interested, like I say, go to tcatnashville.edu. You can select the Portland campus in your application, and you can start in May.
That's awesome. So anything else you guys want to share with us, or want to give us any words of wisdom?
I don't have any words of wisdom. I'll think of something later, maybe.
Yeah, I would say if you have questions about your application or anything, you know, we're glad to help you. Just give us a call here at 325-5575. So you can call here, and we'll be glad to talk with you, answer any questions you have. But if you're, you know, like I said, if you're just in a hurry to get started, you know, if you want to start in the summer, you can go to tcatnashville.edu, do your application there. But call us here, 325-5575, and we're glad to answer any questions and help you through that process.
Well, and remember, there's funding out there for you to be able to get a scholarship, whether it's through a Tennessee Reconnect because you're of an older generation, as I am, or you are young out of high school and you can do the Tennessee Promise. There's all ways that they'll be able to help you get through this program and help you with education. So those, like I say, we do live in the greatest state too. I'll back that as well. So, but we do appreciate you guys being out here. We love TCAT. We're so glad that you are here and all of your programs. And what was the new program you're adding, did you say?
Yeah, we're going to start HVAC in the fall. That's heating and air, heating and air systems. And we're also adding a dye specialist diploma for our machine tool program. That's going to be coming here in the fall as well. So anyone that's really interested more in tool and die, that'll be a new aspect to our machine tool program. But we're doing the heating and air conditioning in the fall as well.
Well, I will definitely get that out to our heating and air companies, because I know that they are all interested in having some people trained to be able to come in and to help them, because they, you know, construction is booming right now. So they're all out there trying to fight for those employees. So you go train them and bring them in. I'm sure you'll be able to find a job for them here in one of these local businesses.
Yeah, now as far as BJ's program in advanced manufacturing, we're looking at doing more robotics in that. So, you know, especially in this area, you know, that's what we're looking at for Portland area, more robotics. So BJ and I are working toward that process and that end. So if anyone is really looking at more robotics, we're hoping to add more of that to the program.
And you partner with businesses as well to train groups as with the businesses, and you'll cater the training towards them as well. So that's also a great advantage to having you guys here and the facility so close to some of these manufacturing companies.
Yes.
Oh, true. Yeah, we can certainly tailor a training program. Anyone, if they want to have special training for their employees, we can certainly work toward that. Whatever they're wanting, we can provide that.
All right. Well, we appreciate you guys. Thanks for joining us here. Jeff and BJ, I hope y'all have a great afternoon.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.